Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another reading all about your next chapter in this lifetime. This is timeless, so while I'm posting in May, if you come across this reading after the fact, no worries. So we're going to choose 3 different crystals. I'm feeling some tumbled Sodalite for pile 1. I'm feeling a Selenite square for pile 2. And for pile 3, let's go with a piece of tumbled citrine. She's a baby, but she's mighty powerful, I'll tell you that. Okay, so these are your 3 piles or options. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like so I know to make more content around topics like this one. And I will hopefully see you in our reading soon. Toodles! Okay, if you chose pile 1 or the tumbled Sodalite, then this is your reading all about the next chapter your life has to offer. And I want to start with one of these oracle cards from the Believe in Your Own Magic deck from Amanda Lovelace. So we're going to get one. And then we'll get some tarot cards to clarify. But I really like the messages on these cards. They're simple but deep, and I like it. So, pile 1, what does this next chapter have in store for you? We have 31, universe. We're all just stardust. If you can hear kids, I am kitty corner away across from a school, so my apologies there. Maybe you have to let out a scream, or maybe this next chapter is calling you to embrace your inner child more. I'm going to read what the book has to say to get any messages. Oh, and this is part of the mermaid section. When we're children, we can barely comprehend the vastness of our own lives, let alone the existence of other planets. It's not long before we learn we aren't the center of the universe. We are but specks of stardust in one of its many skies. However, we must all still do our part to take care of our own individual worlds, or else it throws everything else off balance. Make sure to keep balance in your life, but don't forget the big picture stuff. Recycle, don't litter, and give thanks. Interesting. Okay, so let's get some tarot cards to clarify. With this universe, I'm definitely feeling shifts happening, both in the macro and micro sense, meaning that you're going to notice big changes in your life happening, or smaller changes in your day-to-day, or how you overcome smaller obstacles that perhaps before used to get you really down. But now, for example, you might have the knowledge and the coping skills and that awareness to handle the situation accordingly. Working with your hands in some capacity, whether this is painting or pottery or something else that's more creative, The 31st might be an important date. Let's see what area in your life is shifting the most in this next chapter. 3. So 3 is the number that rules the 3rd house of communication, learning. This is also about community. And some of you might be moving because it's the sign of Gemini, and Gemini rules our immediate environment, right? Or there's a trip that you are planning, maybe within the next 31 days or so. Can you clarify for pile 1, what is pile 1's next chapter? I'm hearing something about this chapter being a reminder that your day-to-day affects more than what you think initially. Can you clarify pile 1's next chapter? Can you clarify what is coming to pile 1 in this next chapter of their lives? The Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is all about self-care, making sure that you're filling up your cup first, and you might start to see transformation happen when you do so. The song Flowers is coming to mind by Miley Cyrus. A new relationship might be blooming for some of you. It may or may not be with a water sign: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is also about setting your heart on something that you really love, on something that really makes you happy. We also have rainbows as well as roses. So those two things might be signs from the universe. This is Death, which is the number 13 in the reverse. And we have 31. So 13 and 31 might be important. I'm going to put Sodalite right there. So the other cards here. So something might have happened in the past that is affecting your current relationship. This could be a physical death. It could also be the death of something, the death of a mindset, the death of an attitude. We have 2 more cards here. We have the 5 of Wands in the reverse. With this, I'm seeing forgiving someone. Maybe forgiving, and because in the 3rd house, we also have extended family members. So cousins, nieces, and nephews, aunts and uncles. So there might be a forgiveness of someone who you had a fight with in the past. And they might be a water sign: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We also have the Knight of Wands. So you might have fire sign energy in you. And the Knight of Wands is also movement, right? Setting your sights on what it is that you want to manifest and going about it in a very strategic way. The card on the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So releasing emotions that might have been rigid in order to come to a better understanding. I'm seeing that you're seeing the bigger picture. Okay, so maybe this conflict was just between you and another person. However, it affected more than just you and them. So for example, if this was in between two family members, it affects the other nieces and nephews or the other siblings of the person, for example, that you might have been in a fight with, right? Because family gatherings are not going to be the same. You are getting something off of your chest in this next chapter. Maybe radical, I'm hearing radical honesty. I don't know what is happening outside. I'm also hearing in the next 3 months, you are ushering in a new relationship. And again, this could be a mentorship of sorts. Like, it doesn't have to be romance. It can be, because Scorpio does have to do with, with sex and intimacy in that way. It also has to do with rebirth. Maybe for some of you, you had a more casual relationship with someone and you are either making things more serious, or you're taking a step back and you're doing it for you. Let's see what else in this new chapter of your life. We also have dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. There's a reunion, okay, between you and a friend. And maybe you have felt like you have been stuck in two different universes and you are each going through your own traumas, your own heartaches, your own deaths of sort, and you haven't been able to be there. But I'm hearing within the next 3 months and the next 3 weeks, that is about to change. You will be reunited with someone, and maybe you create like a girls' trip out of it, okay? Or maybe you go do something together that combines your common interests. Let's see what else. They are thinking of you, even though you're not always together, or maybe communication is not super regular. They are thinking of you. You are in their thoughts. We have woman, dealings or relationship with a woman. Yes, so this could be the same friend that I was referring to. Eat, pray, love is coming to mind, but not in the sense that necessarily you are breaking up with someone, but more so you are taking a trip for you, or you are doing something for you, because you have a history pile 1 of filling up your cup first or last. And in this chapter, that mindset is undergoing a shift. Maybe your relationship with a woman is changing, like the dynamic. So, for example, some of you could be becoming friends with a coworker. You're hanging outside of work. Or an aunt and a distant aunt, you confide in her over something a little bit more personal. Maybe she helped you as a child and you felt close. However, due to current distance, you don't have that same rapport that was once a bit more consistent. We have clouds, temporary problems. With death and the Five of Wands in reverse, I think you've realized how small this conflict was for some of you. In hindsight, it wasn't as big as it needed to be, or it didn't need to be so stretched out. I think you're also realizing how much it took out of you emotionally to be in conflict with this person. And then we have basket, recognition, reward for merit. The universe is bringing this cornucopia to you as a result of your actions, as a result of this shift. I'm also hearing that you are appreciative much more of the relations that you have now than you ever were before. Let's get some other oracle cards to further clarify. I'm going to get some astrological oracle cards. What is this new chapter? What lies in this new chapter for my pile one? Also, this dog being far away. This might be a pet of yours that you are going to be adopting, or perhaps one that you're giving away and rehoming. But I am hearing a cleansing of sorts, even if this is simply decluttering personal items. We have Venus and Scorpio with secrets. You are getting something off of your chest. You are letting someone know how you truly feel about the situation. Maybe there was a choice that someone made and they didn't notify you beforehand. And maybe it was something that they usually said. Like, so for example, the dynamic shifted and that perhaps wasn't something you were okay with. Discernment is going to be strengthened as a result. Perhaps somebody shared a secret of yours and you found out about it to someone else who you didn't necessarily want them to know. Because I'm hearing confidentiality is breached. I'm hearing that other people also might be coming to you to open up about their secrets. So this death, in a way, might be the end of superficial ships and more depth is being developed with either others in general, or this could be a specific person. This person could have Scorpio as their Venus sign, or perhaps you have Scorpio as your Venus sign. The card at the bottom of the deck is Mercury and Pisces with inspiration. The universe is shining inspiration in front of your face, whether or not you see it or not. Your experiences inspire new revelations, new discoveries about yourself. And not only that, but also about what you want to do. Maybe you are being shown the way through these challenges. And it's almost as if the universe is saying, you can handle this. Even though you think that you can't, even though that you have hard days and difficult times, trust your spirit guides when they say that you can handle the challenging. You can handle the difficult. I don't know why counseling is coming to mind so much, but you have the capability to listen, and you also have the capacity, because of the depth of traumas, the depth of your traumas, you're able to have empathy for others. You are inspired by helping other people grow. Maybe this is you unlocking other people's secrets through reading their human design chart or their astrological chart and making unknown information accessible through the language that you use, through the tone in which you decide to carry it or convey that information, rather. I'm sorry. What new chapter awaits pile 1? What new chapter awaits pile 1? What new chapter awaits pile 1? Okay. So we have 4 cards here, and honestly, I think I'm just going to go for it, and we're going to end on these cards. Before I do, I am going to reset my camera. I do want to end with charms or letters or something of that nature, though. So these are the last cards that we will take. So we have boundaries with the number 3. So boundaries are sewn into the parts of who you are, for they are not to be crossed. You are protecting your energy, and I think you're taking more care and intention around what you can handle. It's sort of like the Ace of Cups, where you're filling your cup first. I don't like it when I have to move the cards up because I'm trying to honor each of the cards. A fire sign could be entering your life as well, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, that is helping you strengthen these boundaries. And I'm hearing that maybe you share some experiences in the past with this person. And this person might help you gain a better understanding of how to strengthen your boundary, or how to set a boundary, how to reinforce the boundaries and protect your energy. We have honey. The sweetness of you swells in the grace of your pull. Oh, so beautifully lethal. The book Milk and Honey by Ruby Carr might be a special anthology of poems for you to read at this time. I think that poetry comes when you need it to. And this is also an encouragement to enjoy the sweetness of life, to give yourself grace in moments where you are tempted to be very harsh with yourself. We have Pegasus, number 30. There is 3 again. So 3 years might be significant. 3 months from now might be significant. The age 30 might be a turning point for you this year. Break free, dear one. Spread wide and far, for you aren't containable. You are limitless. I'm getting Luna Lovegood for some reason. And then finally we have Sacrifice 36, which kind of goes with the whole Death card in reverse. You must find the ebb and flow of life within your very self. Embracing it all is embracing truth. Embracing truth. Accepting the good and the bad through a mindful eye. It's interesting because it feels like we have this letting go, and that is with the Death card and the Five of Wands. And I think, again, I said this in the beginning of your reading, that life is too short to hold on to grudges. And this new chapter is allowing you to open up to new possibilities, new relationships. There's beauty in pain. You're transmuting that trauma into strength. Let's get some charms. So for example, when I say there's beauty in pain, I do mean that in the sense that loss might happen intentionally if you've been forcing this change not to happen. So for example, let's say you are not happy in your current relationship and then something horrific happens and your partner leaves. That's the universe's way of saying, listen, this door, it can't stay open anymore. You need to close it and move on to something else. So let's get some charms. I have tiny ones. Like I want to try and grab like a good handful. Are you cereal right now? Okay, hold on. I'm getting one more. Okay, so we have this blue cross here. And then we also have this blue aura quartz. The cross to me is telling you to have faith. And then paired with this aqua aura quartz, I'm really feeling that it's important for you to speak your truth and to live in your truth. Aqua aura quartz enhances communication of all kinds, both written and spoken. It helps bring in the energies of truth. And so whether it's in a small group or in a bigger space, it helps you enunciate or articulate what you want to say in a way that is both powerful and compassionate. They help liberate yourself from self-imposed limitations. It's a beautiful stone to meditate with, provides a sense of peace and harmony, and it activates the throat and heart chakras to help with, again, genuine communication. We have this lipstick. So, I don't know. There's definitely glamour magic. And so maybe changing your lip color to one that is more bold will help you feel more confident in your speech. Maybe your lips are just dry. And in this next chapter, your spirit guides want you to practice being more conscientious of your chapped lips, okay? We also have this beautiful flower. So again, I'm seeing like this growth garden. And nurture the flowers that you want to see grow, while at the same time weed out the plants that you don't want anymore. And it's okay to change your mind about your growth garden because it's yours at the end of the day. Honestly, I don't know what this pin is. I think it was an ex's of mine. Someone might be watching you, okay, from a distance. We did have a distant friend, but I would say be careful with how you come across, because some people take being nice and conversational and kindness as flirtation. So I would just say be very straightforward with people who might second guess your intentions, you know? I have no idea what I'm doing. It's okay if you are unsure about what the next step to take is, okay? As long as you're honest with yourself. And that could also be an invitation to get support from someone, whether this be a therapist, a mentor, a friend. It is okay not to know what the next step is, but be honest with yourself, okay? Don't pretend like you do if you don't. We also have the snake again. We had snakes in this death card. So I am definitely seeing you shed a skin or shed relationships that no longer serve you. This is a cobra. So, and cobras are very defensive. They're very protective over things that they care about. Maybe you're second guessing, and that could just be paranoia coming into the picture, right? But I'm seeing this as more of you shedding a skin or shedding old beliefs in order to create space so that you can manifest new ones. For some reason, I am seeing Tiger's Eye being a very transformative stone for you. So I would definitely go and get some, even if it's just a small piece to carry around with you. I think that will also help with your confidence. And I know I said I wasn't pulling any more cards, but I lied. I'm going to pull one more, and this is, I just want to see the transformation that you will find within yourself and within others in this next chapter. Make a move. So this is water energy, but this is encouraging you to take the next step and also make a plan. And if you need to lean on somebody, so be it, but don't be afraid to ask for help. That's like the key thing here. Don't be afraid to confide in somebody. As long as they have a proven track record, and if it's somebody that's always had your back, then there's no harm in asking them for support. Maybe this is doing something together with a partner, whether this is, moving to a new place or creating a budget together. Just know that the universe is always going, as long as you ask the universe for help, they will send somebody, okay? They will send you a relationship. We also have at the bottom of the deck here, earth magic. So feeling more connected and more grounded to the earth, to the 3D plane, in order to feel more confident about making a move. And so making sure you sage yourself, and so that you protect your energy. Salt. I don't know if this is selenite or if this is just a crystal, but crystals in general are connected to earth magic. Also, this could be a water sign or an earth sign, or somebody with earth sign energy in their big three. So that's all I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this reading provided you clarity and guidance. And if it did, give it a like, give me an emoji down below, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Toodles! Hello, Pile 2. If you chose the selenite square, then this is your reading all about the next chapter in your life. So I'm going to start with one of these affirmations from the Believe in Your Own Magic deck by Amanda Lovelace, and then we're going to get some tarot to clarify, followed by some oracle cards, and then we're going to do some charms at the end. So stay tuned. Grab a beverage, grab a snack, sit back, relax, and let the tarot do the talking. So pile 2, what is this next chapter in your life all about? What is the major theme in this next? Okay, all right, very decisive. I'm gonna grab his deck because I'm going to use her in a minute. Okay. Expectations with the number 12. Don't seek anyone's approval. This is all about lowering expectations in this next chapter and being unapologetically you. Stepping into your authenticity. I'm getting Pisces energy off the bat, as well as Aries and Taurus. But let's see what area of your life is going to undergo the most change in this next chapter of your life. Number 6, Virgo energy. So this is all about health and home. Health and home routines. So maybe you are going to build more structure around, for example, a morning routine. Sorry, I had a text message. Okay. Somebody could surprise you. So, for example, you might have expectations about a certain relationship with a coworker, and then, again, they surprise you and they're different, or they're much more lax than you would expect them to be. I don't know. At the bottom of the deck, we have 13, Linus. You have earned all your stripes. So this, I believe, is about self-worth, how you perceive yourself. And this is also about taking care of your own body. Before we get into tarot, I want to read the little section because I think her descriptions are just beautiful. It's a treat in itself. People will always have their own expectations of who they think you should be. Their opinions are almost always based on restrictive societal norms and therefore are extremely unrealistic. No matter what they tell you, remember that you have permission to be whoever it is you most wish to be. You don't need anyone else's approval, only yours. So this is a time for you to say yes to self-expression. Genuine self-expression. Pile 2, what does this next chapter have in store for pile 2? What does pile 2's next chapter in life show? Next, pile 2, what is this next chapter of life? The Tower. So something could happen, whether this is the loss of a job, whether this is you deciding you don't want to work here anymore, whether this is a health diagnosis or just news of something from your doctor. Like, this is life-changing, okay? And I don't mean to scare you because I know that that's not always what you want to hear. I think it's interesting that this is a piece of selenite and then we have that piece of selenite. Yeah, let's see what else. I'm also hearing that there's 2 different ways that this could go. You could accept the change and prepare for this change, or you could be like this guy and you're falling flat on your face because you don't want to admit that it's happening. This could be a move. Like, so for example, I have a feeling that some of you already might know what this is, and you're just in this transitional waiting period for some of you. Pile 2's next chapter in life. Pile 2's next chapter in life. Again, this could be about a change in job. Maybe you're at the same company, but you're doing a different role than you were, and all eyes might be on you, and you might be a little bit anxious about how you're being perceived or the quality of your work is being perceived. Oh my gosh, but we have the sun. Guys, okay, don't worry. I don't want you to freak out and schedule your freak out and then go out and celebrate, because I have a feeling that this is going to be happening for your best interest. It is happening for you, not to you. And maybe you can't see the bright side of the situation yet. but there's a person out there that you are celebrating with, and this is the dawn of a new day. Oh, I get, okay. This is happy change, even though it doesn't feel like it. I think this is going to allow you to shine more as your authentic self. Where did that card go? Oh my gosh, we have all the major arcanas here for the party. The Tower, the Sun, and now Temperance. And Temperance is expansion. Temperance is balance. For some reason, these cards do not want to line up. Sorry. I'm very, like, I want it to be a certain way, and I want it to all fit. We're going to get one more. Temperance. Temperance is one of my favorite cards in the deck. Temperance is balancing the good and the bad. We have the Ace of Wands. So this is new inspiration coming into your life. You know when Harry gets accepted into Hogwarts and then they're shopping for school supplies and he's got to go pick out his wand and his wand ends up choosing him, so to speak. That's what this is reminding me of. It's like this new environment where you actually are being chosen, or your skills are serving as a platform for others to come to you. I know that might not make sense. We have the Devil in reversed as well. So this could have to do with career and a change in public status or reputation. This is interesting. Okay, so let's get some tea leaf oracle cards to clarify. Oh my gosh, we have we have the Forest, muddled and or unclear thinking. I think someone might be showing you mixed signals, and this new chapter is we're clearing this pathway. Or this is your opportunity to go explore in this forest. This is your opportunity to make the most of an unsure situation, because she's in the forest right now, right? In this picture. And then we have these trees, and it's like the forest doesn't have to be scary unless you make it scary. I'm hearing you don't know what you're going to encounter. I had a few cards come up. We have Victory and some Endeavor. What did I just tell you? What did I just say? Okay. Okay, so we have Goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. We have Vase or Vase, secret admirers. Somebody is watching over you, or someone maybe wishes that a breakup, like let's say you were in a situationship with this person and then you cut it quits. They regret you cutting them off. We do have Lion, time to act. This could be with a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I'm getting Aries vibes as well. And then we have Haystack, Karma. You will reap what you have sown. Karma, which is like the song by Taylor Swift. Dang. Okay. This is also with the Tower card. Like, I'm also seeing this as potentially you receiving your karma. So like, for example, let's say you've been trying to manifest the growth of and monetization of a YouTube channel. Well, if like all you've published is 2 videos and you're like, where are my subscribers at? You're not going to be as successful as somebody who's making 1 video a week. Also, I mean, that's what I'm also hearing. Don't think that you have to publish a video every day. Do what you can handle. And you'd be surprised at how fast the universe works in your favor. That's what I'm hearing. With the Sun card and the Ace of Wands and the Temperance card, like, for some of you, this could be an unexpected pregnancy. And I'm saying it not because I'm manifesting it for you guys. I don't want you to get scared. I'm just saying be cautious. If you're manifesting and you're consciously putting that energy out there, you know, you want to be careful. I mean, if you're manifesting getting pregnant, then obviously all the hopes are in your favor. But you might be waiting around for something to happen. And with this Lion card, I'm seeing that you need to take action, or you need to rethink your plan going into this. And let's say you're being not who you are genuinely on social media. That this could also be a sign to release some of these walls that, you know, you're putting up, and being open and genuine. Find your niche, find what it is that you want to talk about, and go for it. The Sun is a new beginning. So this could also be the end of something, the end of one journey, and something completely different opening up for you, you know, in the next door. You don't realize how powerful you are, and that is also something that your angels are wanting you to know, is that you are one powerful manifester. You just have to open your eyes a little bit. Let me see what the astrological things have. See, because this is what I'm saying. Like, this forest, you might be unsure why the universe is sending you to this forest. And you're like, I don't need to take a walk. Like, I've got my steps in for the day. I'm done. And little do you know, there are fairies inside of this forest, right? You are very powerful. I think I've said that like 3 times already in this video, but I think that you are needing to come to terms with, in this next chapter, the expectations of yourself, and also being realistic with the expectations that you have of others, but also the expectations that others have of you. And you might need to lower them in some instances, and in others expect more. Oh my gosh, we have Mercury in Gemini. And on the bottom of the deck we have Mars in Libra with choice here. There is a choice in the matter. Mercury in Gemini is all about chasing inspiration, or chasing what excites you, seeking out those experiences if you're not getting them in real life. And if you're not having this excitement, then you need to question what's missing from your life. And in this next chapter, I think your spirit guides are wanting you to get a change of scenery, to travel more, to do what you want to do, instead of restricting yourself to what others expect you to do. Maybe a road trip sounds really scary because it opens the door to unpredictability. And I just saw 1616. So you might see 1616 in more places, or you might see repeating sevens. And that's a sign that your spirit guides are affirming this. They're saying yes. Let's say you've always wanted to play a musical instrument, but you don't know the first thing about music. But at the same time, you're telling yourself, well, I've missed my prime. Like, it's too old. I'm too old. I'm not going to understand it. Well, then that's what you're going to believe if that's the story that you're telling yourself. If you're telling yourself, there's never a better time to learn. I've got money. I've got time. I've got the space to practice the instrument, then you're going to go about it in a much different way. So chase what excites you. Maybe it's cooking more meals at home. Maybe it's getting excited about new recipes. Maybe it is getting excited about a new hobby or about new friends. Don't keep yourself trapped in this tower of only A, B, or C. You know what I'm saying? And also, it's interesting that we have Gemini, which is 3, but we also have Virgo energy, which is 6. And those are the 2 signs that are ruled by Mercury. And then we have Libra over here. So air signs, all things communication, I think, are being shown to you. That, like, it's a reminder that you have a choice. You have the autonomy to say, no, I don't want to do this. If that's what, you know, your instincts are telling you. This next chapter is also encouraging you to listen to your instincts. Maybe it's talking about books, TV shows, or movies, or even watching something that's outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you've always wanted to go on YouTube. Again, we were saying the YouTube example. Maybe writing is always something that is called to you, or being a comedian. Do something on TikTok, like make a TikTok and do, you know, skits or something. Like, also Gemini's also, it's the sign of friends and neighbors. So getting connected with people in your community, whether that be, you know, a community as in your neighborhood or a church community. Maybe it's a community at your kid's school. Maybe you're getting involved in your professional job, you know, networking. These are all things that are going to benefit you long term. This next chapter is asking you to have higher expectations for yourself. I am going to reset my camera, and then we're going to get into a couple more oracle cards and then our charms. I just heard that this next chapter is a reminder that you don't have to settle for less than you deserve, or less than you desire. Okay, I want to get some of these oracle cards. Things will clear up. It might not be right away, but again, you have every right to make that decision, right? You can ask people what their bottom line is, or what's the point, or, you know, like, even if that's something, maybe you are unsure about the future of the situationship. Be clear in your communication, okay? I'm hearing that in this next chapter, you're getting your questions answered. This is taking your health seriously as well. And it doesn't have to be just physical health, it can be mental health. So maybe talk therapy is something that you want to try. Yeah, we have chant number 4. Hear me loud, hear me roar, for I am here in my truth. Something is needing to get off of your chest, and maybe connecting with a group of like-minded souls is something that will help you. Maybe it's attending a retreat that you've always wanted to go on. I know YouTubers, like especially spiritual YouTubers and stuff, like they put on retreats all the time. Fitness YouTubers, manifest that for yourself. We have B with number 1. Don't drink all of life from one flower, for there are too many to taste and many to explore. You might be afraid of exploring new territory, pile 2. And in this next chapter, I'm seeing that you're being encouraged to do so. Maybe going wine tasting with your friends is something that, you know, you plan like a girls trip for a weekend, a long weekend with your friends. We have inner power, number 20. Let it be known, no will or desire is more powerful than I embodied. Becoming who you are. You don't manifest based on your desires, you manifest based on your beliefs. And so maybe there needs to be a shift in your beliefs in order to attract what it is that you want. And we have Phoenix at the bottom of the deck. I love this energy. Summoned, your flesh rises from the ashes and into the expansive flame of your soul. This is rising from this Tower card, right? And really owning this transformation. However it is, whatever it is, it could be a pregnancy. It could be a new relationship. It could be a new job, whether this is in the same company or not. This could be you wanting to step outside of your comfort zone and doing something that really makes you happy. Even if it's going on a date with yourself, this is something that you need to do for you and you only, period. This is honoring your root chakra. Maybe it's visiting your homeland, the homeland of your ancestors. It's being with yourself. It's being with those who truly cherish your genuine self-expression. This is learning more about who you are so you can decide where you want to go. We are going to get into some charms, and then, you know what, we'll do your transformation card first, and then we will end with charms. Okay. Pile 2, what is this next transformation? What is this next chapter leading to? What is this next chapter in pile 2's lives leading to? My goodness. Oh my gosh, I cannot, this card. Inspiration and courage. Look at that. You are being invited to have courage, to take the risk. And I'm feeling that I want to read from the book because I'm curious as to what your spirit guides have to say about it. Let's see, hold on. And we have the number 4 again. So repeating 4s, repeating 7s could be very powerful. I just saw 544. So Life is full of challenges. Some of them we take on willingly, and some of them come out of nowhere when we least expect them. Good or bad, happy or sad, all those things that challenge us give us the opportunity to grow stronger, to push our boundaries, and to move out of our comfort zones. What was I just saying? To reach deep inside or to reach out towards others. Whether you're seeking inspiration for work or play or dealing with illness or grief, don't underestimate the power of your own thoughts. We all have patterns of thinking that are a part of who we are as human beings. Some of them work for us, some don't. During a challenging time, or when you're seeking to push yourself to be more creative or to make big changes, it's easy for those old patterns of thought to give in the way of forward movement. Take a few minutes to consider your own patterns. Do you default to the positive or the negative? Do you automatically think, I can do it or I'll never succeed? Are you willing to try new things, or do you cling on to the old even when you know it isn't working? Do you let other people help you if you need help, or believe you must always tough things out on your own? If everything is working out perfectly, that's great. But if not, perhaps it's time to consider changing those patterns. It's hard work, but it can be done if you stay self-aware and keep plugging away at it. If you get this card, you're probably in need of either inspiration or courage, or possibly both. That's okay, because this card is also telling you it's out there, or maybe waiting right inside you. If it's inspiration you need, look to the natural world that surrounds you. It's full of wonders. But don't forget to look inside too. The human mind is an amazing place, filled with ideas and possibilities that few of us explore fully. If courage is what you seek, you may discover you have a core of inner strength you never knew existed. But don't forget to allow others to encourage you, and to reach out to the God and Goddess and the elemental forces of the universe. Spiritual beliefs, no matter what they are, can be a great source of both inspiration and courage if you remember to call on them when you need them. And this is encouraging you to get some carnelian in your life. Find a carnelian crystal or tumbled rock, or even a piece of jewelry with carnelian in it if you want to have it with you often. Sit with it for a while in front of your altar or someplace quiet outside, and ask the element of fire to help you connect to the power inside the stone. Ask for help with whatever you need and feel the stone vibrate with that power. Then either carry it with you or hold onto it when you need that extra boost. Okay, so we are going to get into some charms. Very exciting. Okay. I'm also hearing look to the past for guidance, like something in the past has been repeating that doesn't need to be on repeat anymore. Okay. Okay, that's more than enough. I got this in another reading, but someone could be watching you, and that's that secret admirer I'm feeling. Be very careful with what you say in front of them, again, because they might misconstrue your words, so just be careful. I need to take one of these out, but we got flowers. Someone might be bringing you flowers, but that's also an encouragement to honor your growth garden no matter what it is. If you want to change the flowers you're growing, then do so, okay? Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you have to commit to one certain type of flower in your growth garden. We also have this like Ferris wheel, steering wheel sort of thing, and it says electricology. I believe this is a friend of mine's, but this is like an encouragement to get out and do something new. Whether it's going to see a concert, my battery's gonna die, hold on. I just heard that this next chapter is a reminder that you don't have to settle for less than you deserve or less than you desire. Okay, I want to get some of these oracle cards. Things will clear up. It might not be right away, but again, you have every right to make that decision, right? You can ask people what their bottom line is, or what's the point, or, you know, like, even if that's something, maybe you are unsure about the future of the situationship, be clear in your communication. Okay. I'm hearing that in this next chapter, you're getting your questions answered. This is taking your health seriously as well. And it doesn't have to be just physical health. It can be mental health. So maybe talk therapy is something that you want to try. Yeah, we have chant number 4. Hear me loud, hear me roar, for I am here in my truth. Something is needing to get off of your chest. And maybe connecting with a group of like-minded souls is something that will help you. Maybe it's attending a retreat that you've always wanted to go on. I know YouTubers, like especially spiritual YouTubers and stuff, like they put on retreats all the time. Fitness YouTubers, manifest that for yourself. We have B with number 1. Don't drink all of life from one flower, for there are too many to taste and many to explore. You might be afraid of exploring new territory. Pile 2. And in this next chapter, I'm seeing that you're being encouraged to do so. Maybe going wine tasting with your friends is something that, you know, you plan like a girls' trip for a weekend, a long weekend with your friends. We have inner power, number 20. Let it be known, no will or desire is more powerful than I embodied. Becoming who you are. You don't manifest based on your desires. You manifest based on your beliefs. And so maybe there needs to be a shift in your beliefs in order to attract what it is that you want. And we have Phoenix at the bottom of the deck. I love this energy. Summoned, your flesh rises from the ashes and into the expansive flame of your soul. This is rising from this Tower card, right? And really owning this transformation. However it is, whatever it is, it could be a pregnancy. It could be a new relationship. It could be a new job, whether this is in the same company or not. This could be you wanting to step outside of your comfort zone and doing something that really makes you happy. Even if it's going on a date with yourself, this is something that you need to do for you and you only. Period. This is honoring your root chakra. Maybe it's visiting your homeland, of the homeland of your ancestors. It's being with yourself. It's being with those who truly cherish your genuine self-expression. This is learning more about who you are so you can decide where you want to go. We are going to get into some charms. And then, you know what? We'll do your transformation card first, and then we will end with charms. Okay. Pile 2, what is this next transformation? What is this next chapter leading to? What is this next chapter in pile 2's lives leading to? My goodness. Oh my gosh, I cannot, this card. Inspiration and courage. Look at that. You are being invited to have courage, to take the risk. And I'm feeling that I want to read from the book because I'm curious as to what your spirit guides have to say about it. Let's see. Hold on. And we have the number 4 again. So repeating 4s Repeating sevens could be very powerful. I just saw 544. So life is full of challenges. Some of them we take on willingly, and some of them come out of nowhere when we least expect them. Good or bad, happy or sad, all those things that challenge us give us the opportunity to grow stronger, to push our boundaries, and to move out of our comfort zones. What was I just saying? To reach deep inside or to reach out towards others. Whether you're seeking inspiration for work or play or dealing with illness or grief, don't underestimate the power of your own thoughts. We all have patterns of thinking that are a part of who we are as human beings. Some of them work for us, some don't. During a challenging time, or when you're seeking to push yourself to be more creative or to make big changes, it's easy for those old patterns of thought to give in the way of forward movement. Take a few minutes to consider your own patterns. Do you default to the positive or the negative? Do you automatically think, I can do it or I'll never succeed? Are you willing to try new things, or do you cling on to the old even when you know it isn't working? Do you let other people help you if you need help, or believe you must always tough things out on your own? If everything is working out perfectly, that's great. But if not, perhaps it's time to consider changing those patterns. It's hard work, but it can be done if you stay self-aware and keep plugging away at it. If you get this card, you're probably in need of either inspiration or courage, or possibly both. That's okay, because this card is also telling you it's out there, or maybe waiting right inside you. If it's inspiration you need, look to the natural world that surrounds you. It's full of wonders. But don't forget to look inside too. The human mind is an amazing place, filled with ideas and possibilities that few of us explore fully. If courage is what you seek, you may discover you have a core of inner strength you never knew existed. But don't forget to allow others to encourage you, and to reach out to the God and Goddess and the elemental forces of the universe. Spiritual beliefs, no matter what they are, can be a great source of both inspiration and courage if you remember to call on them when you need them. And this is encouraging you to get some carnelian in your life. Find a carnelian crystal or tumbled rock, or even a piece of jewelry with carnelian in it if you want to have it with you often. Sit with it for a while in front of your altar or someplace quiet outside, and ask the element of fire to help you connect to the power inside the stone. Ask for help with whatever you need and feel the stone vibrate with that power. Then either carry it with you or hold onto it when you need that extra boost. Okay, so we are going to get into some charms. Very exciting. Okay. I'm also hearing look to the past for guidance, like something in the past has been repeating that doesn't need to be on repeat anymore. Okay. Okay, that's more than enough. I got this in another reading, but someone could be watching you, and that's that secret admirer I'm feeling. Be very careful with what you say in front of them, again, because they might misconstrue your words, so just be careful. I need to take one of these out, but we've got flowers. Someone might be bringing you flowers, but that's also an encouragement to honor your growth garden, no matter what it is. If you want to change the flowers you're growing, then do so, okay? Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you have to commit to one certain type of flower in your growth garden. We also have this like Ferris wheel, steering wheel sort of thing, and it says electricology. I believe this is a friend of mine's, but this is like an encouragement to get out and do something new. Whether it's going to see a concert, my battery's going to die. Hold on. Okay, guys. We're finishing up charms pile 2. So we have this, and for some reason I'm thinking of like Shine Bright Like a Diamond by Rihanna. That song might have specific messages for you. We do have this heart, so you are wearing your heart on your sleeve in this next chapter. I think you're feeling much more confident and comfortable to be who you want to be instead of putting on this mask for everybody else. And you're being a lot more genuine about your interests and things. Like, for example, let's say you were in school to be a scientist. I know, this is... Very cliche example. But then, like, let's say there comes a point in your grad school where you're like, I can't do this anymore. It's not as fulfilling as maybe it was once in the beginning, and you drop out. And I don't know, maybe you're being a little bit more real with people about what it is that you actually want to do. We have O. So the initial O might be significant. Maybe this is somebody's name, or it starts with somebody's name or somebody's initial, first or last. We have this earring. So I don't know. I'm seeing like lost and found. Like somebody is paying something back to you forward, whether this be something that like you lost and like someone finds it. Maybe you're getting your ears pierced, or you've been thinking about getting a new piercing. We also have this turtle. This turtle reminds me of like the tortoise and the hare, where the hare, yes, went a lot faster in life, but ultimately did not win the race. And this is like, take your time and enjoy the ride. Maybe turtles are a significant spirit animal for you. I am seeing growth. You might not be seeing it happen because it's slow, but I promise you that it's happening. Okay, so that's everything I have for you, Pile 2. Thank you so much for tuning in. If it resonated and provided some clarity, please give it a like, leave an emoji down below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next reading soon. Toodles! All right, Pile 3, last but certainly not least, if you chose the Tumbled Citrine, this is going to be your reading all about what the next chapter in life has in store for you. So we're going to start with this Believe in Your Own Magic deck. Interesting. You have 2 cards coming out. We have Escapist, Come Home to Yourself with the number 32. So that could be a significant age for you, or it could be a significant number of days or a certain number of weeks. This is also reminding me of like dreams. So your spirit guides could be sending you messages in your dreams. We also have Castle, the number 30. It's time for healing, not war. You might like in previous chapters of life, you might have liked to escape your problems, and like through other substances or through scrolling mindlessly on your phone, or even through reading or other distractions. But I think this next chapter is really asking you to face your fears, face your obstacles head on in this new chapter, and being a little bit more forthcoming. Let's see what the focus of this next chapter will be about. We have 11, which is all about your hopes and dreams. It's also about technology and innovation. It's all about community, and your future aspirations. 11 also rules the sign of Aquarius, so that could be significant. Let me turn on a light because it was sunny and now I feel like the light is sort of dimming. So hold on. This is also changing your network or your group of friends. Because Amanda Lovelace is known for her poetry, I wanted to read the descriptions just because I think they're golden. They're pretty great. So with Castle, don't burn something down to the ground unless you have a plan to build something better in its place. But it's too late for that, isn't it? If you got angry, you pointed fingers, you called for war, and war was exactly what you got. Now that it's time for healing and reparations, what's your plan? You need to take the same initiative and determination you had when this started and figure it out. Never neglect your intuition. And then we have Escapist, Come Home to Yourself. Everyone wants to escape their lives occasionally. Some of us like to binge watch shows. Some of us like to listen to music. Some of us like to read, and some of us like to leave it all behind and go on vacation. All of that is totally healthy. Our lives can get incredibly stressful. However, too much escapism can mean that you're not confronting a big problem, which isn't healthy for you. Face it head on and let the pieces fall wherever they may. And we have 35 and 32. as well. So those could be ages of someone, yourself included. I'm getting Pisces vibes for some reason, but let's see what the tarot has to say for my pile 3. What is the next big chapter in pile 3's life? What does this next chapter have for my pile 3s in the collective? This video is timeless, so whenever you come across this video. Interesting, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So this is definitely issues from your past, or these are fears that are bubbling inside and you haven't externalized them. And so I'm hearing that everything in the past, like everything is feeling like a threat, even when it potentially isn't. So you are being encouraged to open up, okay? We have, get out of here. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse, which is all about like burying your emotions in the sand. I'm hearing not anymore. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. It could reflect you or somebody else's sign who is significant in helping you overcome these barriers that your fears are making you perceive as real. I'm hearing that you want your own independence. You're sick of someone else calling the shots. We also have the Justice card, which is all about Libra energy. Okay, it's the cardinal air sign, but it's also the card of karma. Okay, I'm going to try and make these fit. You are the first pile to get 2 of these cards, so it might be a little bit of a tight squeeze here, but we'll get it. I also realized we have 11 here as well, so 11 might be a powerful number. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Wands in reverse as well. So lots of reversals for this group. And we're going to get some tea leaf oracle cards to sort of clarify what this all means for you in this next chapter. I'm hearing letting others weigh in without them making the decision for you. In this next chapter, you are going to have to rely on your intuition more so than ever before. We have bread, period of prosperity and abundance. Maybe money is something that you're worried about. Maybe you're not getting enough of it at your day job and you're tempted to quit, but you also don't necessarily have any prospects moving forward. We have boat, money or prosperity through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Someone might be helping you or at least trying to help you overcome your fears around money, or around that fear of not having enough security in life. And that also comes with healing the root chakra. We also have bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. The letter B, I'm hearing A, B, or C, might be significant, okay? We have fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Some of you have a problem with trust, okay? So for example, let's say, I'm going to take my situation here, okay? I haven't had a roommate outside of my significant other in a hot second. The last time I had a roommate, it was not great. Okay. Like I felt that my power was compromised because I obviously have to bend to the whims of other people. And my partner wants to room with a new person, his friend of 5+ years. And I have doubts just because this is new territory for me. And I'm someone who is socially anxious. I'm somebody who needs to have control over my environment. However, my partner wants to do so that we can save money and in a couple years, hopefully put a down payment on a condo, and so that like we can be better set up for the future. Now, there's 2 ways that I can look at this. One is that this will be an opportunity, right? The second way is like, this means war, right? And I have to get over myself. And I think that I'm having a lot of these concerns come up because I'm anxious that I won't have alone time or that I won't have as much time to just myself. However, it also is going to require me to be a little bit more resourceful with my time and with my resources. So it's not all bad. But if I'm seeing it as only such, then it's probably not going to go in a way that I'm going to be happy. And no, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's the way that I'm perceiving it, right? If I'm perceiving that all of these cups are not going to be mine, well, of course I'm going to be upset and I'm going to be more confrontational or more defensive about my space and my property. And I'm also somebody who likes her solitude. And that part is something that I'm going to have to learn to be okay without. Now, granted, when I start grad school next year, I don't think that will be like, because I would be starting in January, I don't think that will be as much of a bother, because I'll also know that Marty has somebody, to go to the gym with, or to play video games with, or to cook meals with. Like, I won't have to be the sole person to do that, right? Not that I do that now, but I do it more than maybe I would like. But again, that's an invitation to have a conversation about my boundaries. And that, I think, is sort of what this next chapter is for you. You are going to be put in situations where you need to be realistic. I just saw 1111 as I was saying that. And I had said that earlier, that the universe is going to send you 1111. So I feel like this is my pile. Yes, we have resistance with Mercury and Taurus. So you can be this bull and you can be very stubborn, but you also have to understand that in the long run, this is going to have benefit. This situation is going to benefit you in some way, shape, or form. It's how you go about it subsequently that is going to determine your outcome. We also have flattery with Venus and Gemini. So you might feel like when people compliment you, you might not accept it. And I think your spirit guides are like, listen, that doesn't show on them. On them, it reflects kindness. Because ultimately, we cannot prove that someone is just telling you that you look nice for the sake of making themselves feel better, right? Like, it shows more on our self-esteem if we refuse to accept, or the state of our self-esteem if we're choosing not to accept that compliment. Okay? In nature, this is all about symbiotic relationships. How can you benefit from this situation while also benefiting the environment and those around you? Okay? So partnership is definitely encouraged. And I believe that you are going to see this. And perhaps in the past, maybe like for me, roommates has never been something that I've been 100% comfortable with. Because me and vulnerability and others, like I'm a closed book, and I know it doesn't seem like it. But if I don't know you, if my instincts are telling me something else, I'm not going to open up to you. But that's me. Like, that's my personal problem, and I have to own up to that. So are you taking accountability? That's a question that I think you might need to answer. And in this next chapter, you might be thrown into experiences that, yes, might make you slightly uncomfortable, but at the same time are going to be for your highest growth. Okay? You might have to compromise on your comfort zone, but that doesn't mean that you can't find other ways to make yourself feel comfortable in the environment. I feel like I'm going through this reading faster for some reason. I don't know. I would say be open to blessings. You might not realize that this is that this change is in fact for your betterment or for your benefit. Pile 3's next chapter. Okay. We have indulgence with the number 19. You are worth every desire, every dream. Demand what is yours, demand what you need. Yes, this new chapter of yours is allowing for you to be open and honest and advocate for yourself. You can have this bath time if you want it, but if you don't say, hi, I need the bathroom for 45 minutes, and then you find that it's closed, like the door's closed and somebody's in there, you're going to get more upset. But you also have to ask yourself, did I ask for this? Did I set this boundary ahead of time for time in the bathroom? You know? We also have hand fastings. The poles pulse through all that I am. No hidden form is left untouched. I am willing, I am risking, for I yearn for unity spilled lustrously upon my lips. This is essentially saying that you're willing to make sacrifices for the betterment of someone else in order for you to achieve fulfillment in the long run. And this is also encouraging you to be real and to be you, to not let circumstances force you to hide behind a mask. This is also, I think, encouraging you to branch out into honesty and vulnerability. And perhaps, saying, listen, I need my bath time on Tuesdays. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, I need an hour to myself. Speaking of which, we have boundaries at the bottom of the deck with the number 3. Boundaries are sewn into the parts of who you are, for they are not to be crossed. So speak up. If you don't like something, but you don't say something about it, like, no one's going to know. And it's going to be this hidden resentment that you're going to have with everybody else. So yes, maybe it's going to put you in an uncomfortable situation initially, because initial boundary setting, it's like a muscle. You need to strengthen it. You need to use it. I want to read this hand fastings card. I don't know, I'm feeling called to. Maybe there's a message in here for someone specific. Unity is the theme for this card. You do not have to do it alone, Sacred One, as help and support are available to you. There are people in your orbit who wish to be a part of your sacred journey. It can feel as though you're taking a risk and trusting someone else with the most important parts of your life, and this is true, but partnerships have the potential to transform into lifelong systems of support and joy if you let them. You have pulled handfastings because your situation requires the help of another. If you are struggling in your business or career, consider finding a business partner with the skills you lack. If you're struggling to complete a project on your own, seek a guide or mentor who can help you or teach you the method so you don't have to waste your time. If you're struggling to make ends meet, consider asking loved ones for a little bit of help. There is no shame in seeking a helping hand, especially from those who are already devoted to you. This is what partnerships are about. They are a give and take without keeping score. And this is justice. Justice is the sign of partnerships. So I definitely think that, yes, maybe it's initially uncomfortable letting new people into your life, letting a new voice into the circle. But ultimately, it is going to benefit you. Now, I will say this, in this new chapter of your life, your intuition is being tested. And so trust your instincts. And I've said this before, and I will say it again, but that is 100% without a doubt the best advice that you will ever receive from me, because I have gone the other way. I have not trusted my gut, and I have regretted it every single time. I do have to go and pick up my partner, but I will be back. Well, you know what? Let me try. I want to try and finish this so that we don't have to go back. But all right, let's see what transformation is on the other side of this next chapter. Like, what are you gaining from these new experiences? I'm also hearing pamper yourself, like create a nighttime routine so that you can enjoy and wake up feeling refreshed and fulfilled. We have give love. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Trust that this is happening for your highest good. That's all I can say. And find opportunities to give and be generous, okay? Yes. Okay. So I am going to pull some charms. We have the anchor. So anchoring into your emotions. This is also about like anchoring down and setting roots somewhere. We also have the shoe, like if the shoe fits. Walking into someone else's shoes. We have BFF. So this is having conversations about how you're feeling, talking with somebody. We have this flower has come up in every reading, and I'm saying that trust the process. And if you want to change what kind of flowers you're planting in your growth garden, by all means change it. But also be open to receiving suggestions, okay, about what kind of seeds you're likely to plant. We have owls, and we have an owl, and we have this leopard or cheetah, which is interesting because these are both animals of prey. One is an owl that can see at night, and one is a cheetah or a leopard. And when a leopard shows you their spots, believe them. Believe that's who they really are. And maybe in the past, no, you haven't had the best of luck. But know that that's not every situation. Okay? You cannot go into every situation making assumptions. And this new chapter, I think, is challenging that a little bit. And yes, while it's uncomfortable, it's also important for you to know that there are good people out there. There are souls that you can trust. Okay? So no, I do really have to go, but we will finish this when I get back. Okay. I'm actually getting to finish this for you guys because if I can find. So I'm going to read the Give Love card. So give love. It's a wonderful thing to be loved. We all want to feel love in our lives, that feeling of warmth and comfort that comes from the knowledge that someone out there is sending love in our direction. But don't forget that love is a street that goes in two directions. As much as you need and want to be loved, others need and want it too. Love is remarkable. The more you give, the more you have to give. If you allow your heart to be filled with love for others, whether that love is romantic or familial, the affection between friends, the love you feel for a beloved animal companion, or even the love for a god and goddess, that sense of warmth and joy will overflow like a river. You can give love to those you don't even know. Send unconditional love out to the homeless man you pass on the street or the woman who smiles at you in the grocery store. You don't have to say or do anything necessarily, just open your heart and send love out. Of course, if you're giving love to those you know, you can say it out loud, write it on a card, or just express it with a hug or a kind word. Sometimes you will get love back. Sometimes you won't, but that doesn't mean that it isn't worth doing. So this card is encouraging you to open your heart to new possibilities, to new relationships also. And that might be something that you've always escaped from. Like you've been afraid to love because you haven't been loved in return. And this is your opportunity to prove yourself wrong, okay? By also attracting relationships in this new chapter of life. With these two animals here, they show love in their own way. And so that's also understanding to be open about what your love language is and also ask how others receive love. Okay? So, in this new chapter, you are being called to love deeper and have empathy. And even if you can't walk a mile in someone else's shoes, understand that their journey has led them here just as your journey has led you to the same place. Okay? And this is also an omen that you will be okay. You will be loved, and the universe will share or show its love to you in its own way. Let me get one more card because I'm just feeling called to. This is a newer deck that I got in my birthday month. But I think the opposite of love is not hate, right? It's fear. Okay? And sometimes it's okay to be afraid, but it's also necessary to be real with yourself. Look at, oh my gosh, we have peaceful kingdom, love on earth. You are capable of love. You are capable of overcoming this chapter in your life, whether like with the good and the bad. But you are being encouraged to show love and also know that love is coming back to find you in this new chapter. We also have the water lily pond. Never stop dreaming. Keep your manifestations up. Even if this next chapter means that you might have to take a detour, so be it. You take a detour. But guess what? That doesn't mean that you're not going to get to your destination. It just means that you need to take a different route. I want to get you one more little affirmation to close this reading off, because I think it'll help. And this is the first affirmation deck I ever got from a wonderful teacher at like the very first school that I serviced. And this was during a time that I really needed it. I don't know. It's just weird how it all came around. Throw kindness around like confetti. And know that you're going to have your own celebration as well. Okay? Trust. This chapter is calling for trust. All right. Thank you, loves. If it resonated and you received some clarity, give this video a like so I know for future video content ideas, Leave an emoji down in the comments below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next reading soon. Toodles!